If you're watching this video, you probably expect me to give you one clear answer. Maybe a secret exercise, maybe a new scientifically based training program, or a new mindset that will finally work for you this time. So let me start with the truth because I don't want to waste your time here. This video will not fix you. I will not reveal a magic fix. And what you're asking for, just tell me what to do so this never happens again, it's really impossible for anyone to deliver. And I think deep inside, you know that. Because everything you've tried led you here. And you're not where you want to be. You're probably still scared to move. You're frustrated because you've tried pretty much everything and nothing works for you. And you really don't understand what your body is doing anymore. So maybe it's time to try something different. Maybe what you're missing isn't information, isn't more information, but it's the inability to finally understand your body and think for yourself. And yes, admitting it is really scary because it simply means that your answer, the answer that you're looking for, it's not just out there. And it kind of sounds like there's nothing else you can do because, well, you've tried everything. And if the answer is not out there, well, that's it. And even though I can't promise you magic, and I definitely can't ask you to trust me because, well, it's probably your first time even seeing my face. What I can do is give you 3 things that you can start practicing today. And these 3 things is exactly what completely transformed my life. And also over 140 people that I've worked with. And I guess you kind of have to take my word for it, unless you go and watch some of my clients' testimonials, videos, whatsoever. But it's not really about that because after finishing this 10-15 minute video, you'll see results for yourself in just a couple of days. But before you continue this video, I would like you to go into the description and download your Movement Mastery Playbook completely for free. It will just give you clear steps, like a framework, kind of a template, so you can walk away after watching this video, not just with, again, more information, and you're probably gonna forget what I'm talking about, in a day or two, but you'll actually finish with a clear template, a clear structure for yourself, so you can finally live a happy life, move better, and just be free. So hopefully you downloaded it already. If you didn't, please stop the video and go to the description. Now, what I would like you to do, please try to fill it out. Make notes and everything as I go through the video, because I'll be walking you through very tangible 3 steps so you can make the notes as we go. So then you don't have to rewatch it again, waste your time, but you can just move on, apply it to your life, and just be happy. So first, let me draw a clear picture for you. Something in your body and in your life is clearly not working. So what we need to do is very simple. We need to first identify it, second, fix it, and then third, maintain it. And here's how we do it. So first, we identify the wrong pattern. And what is a pattern? Basically, a pattern is something that you repeat pretty much every single day without even noticing. Something that is very automatic for you. It can show up in the way you move, in the way you train, but also in the way how you interact with your colleagues, how you interact with your family, or how you react to stress. And a pattern becomes wrong when it kind of keeps you stuck in this vicious cycle of problems like stiffness, pain, chronic fatigue, and so on. And it's not because something is literally damaged in your body and in your life, but because your body has learned a habit that doesn't work for you anymore. And that's why your pain, fixing it and managing it, never really made sense, because you were treating the symptoms that were a result of that wrong pattern. So now let me give you a clear visual representation of it. Imagine you have a house. Well, beautiful, right? And one of the walls is slightly tilted, like it's not really even, but you don't see it, right? So you just keep building on top of it, whatever it is. And because you never really fix the foundation or something that is really fundamental for a building, aka your wall, the walls, the roof and everything starts cracking slightly, right? And now, finding the pattern is literally that. It's just identifying that tilted wall. That's it. This is what you do first. You simply just identify that wrong pattern, because some people never do. We all focus on the symptoms, and then the old things, the problems, the pain, the stiffness, everything just keeps repeating because we're just fixing the symptoms. I want you to find that tilted wall, okay? Well, it sounds really simple, but it's kind of really difficult to do in practice. So, how do you actually identify the pattern? You just slow things down. You slow down enough so you can actually see when your body is doing something wrong. For example, do you arch your back when you lift your leg? Do you flare your ribs when you twist or rotate or something? Maybe you tense your body when you're stressed, when you're traveling, or when you had a very stressful meeting at work. You are building awareness here. Just awareness. And awareness itself is just noticing that moment when your body doesn't listen to you, doesn't listen to what you're telling it to do, but it kind of goes back into what it's used to do. It starts doing what it's always done, which is clearly wrong. And that moment is your wrong pattern. Now, you see the wrong pattern. The next step is retraining it. It's changing it. Teaching your body a cleaner, more reliable, more efficient version of the same movement, of the same thing that you do. And no, it doesn't mean more harder exercises, right? Let's get that bicep pump and let's work on my strength and fix my imbalances by doing whatever. It means you teaching your body a new pattern, a new efficient pattern, a better pattern when life becomes, well, real, right? And let me make this clear. This is exactly why you've maybe seen a little bit of change before, but it never lasted. It never lasted for probably more than a few weeks or a few months, because maybe you trained your body, maybe you strengthened your body in these ideal environment, I would say, ideal scenario, right? But when your work, your life gets chaotic, when you're constantly underslept, when you have to take care of your family and your kids, when you want to play the sport, even though you're sleep deprived, when you travel whatsoever, then your body will go back to that wrong old pattern because it just forgets there's a new, better, efficient way. Because you know how it goes. Everyone can move well when everything is perfect. When you have a full day of doing whatever you want. You can go to the gym, train for an hour, it's perfect. When you don't have to travel, don't have to worry about the project coming up next whatsoever, right? So we're thinking about real life applicable training here, an approach to movement. Not when things are perfect, but pretty much when things are so imperfect. So you remember in step 1, right? We had this tilted wall. You identify it now, right? So what we do now in step 2 is basically adding some support. Maybe some like beams here and there, you know, so that when the wind comes, when the rain comes, whatsoever, the building will still stay stable because it has different support layers. And this applies to your body as well and to your life as well. So how do you train the pattern in real life? So first, you take the awareness from step 1 and now you challenge it. You know how to move your pelvis now, but can you keep it stable when you add rotational movement, when you hinge, when you deadlift? Can you lift at the gym or something from the floor, unloading the dishwasher without your back taking over? Can you stay consistent with your training when you're traveling to 3 countries within 3 weeks, you have kids to take care of and cook at home as well? You're teaching your body how to thrive in a very chaotic environment, aka your life. Once you can do that, it's time for step 3, maintaining the new pattern. Now, maintaining the new pattern is the most important thing. It literally means that you know exactly what you need to do and what your body needs without asking other professionals, without asking me, without ChatGPTing it or Googling it or doing another X-ray just to see what's happening. Because you are able to tell the difference between I'm tired or I should train more. This is normal or this needs adjustment. I can push today, I should take a day off. And being able to make that decision and know what decision you should make is not being pain-free, because being pain-free doesn't get you anywhere. It's knowing exactly what's happening in your life and what's happening in your body and what to do about it. So let's go back to our building. Step 1 was fixing the tilt. Step 2 was adding support. And step 3 is the ongoing maintenance. Maybe some work is here, maybe you're adding some layer on the roof, maybe you're strengthening the foundation even more, because you don't rebuild the whole house when something cracks, right? You know exactly what to look for, what to adjust, so you can prevent this long-term damage. And your body is the same. Once you understand the signals, you can make the decision early on. You can make small corrections early so that the big problems like pain, stiffness, or whatever, they just never come back. So what does maintaining the pattern really means in real life? So first, you can tell when movement is off, and you know exactly how to fix it on the spot. You can tell, for example, when your back is trying to take over, and you correct it instantly. You know when to rest, when to push, when to challenge yourself, or when to make adjustments to your own plan, because you have full control of your body and your life. And this is what makes results sustainable. Not just knowing the pattern, not retraining it, but being able to maintain it in your chaotic life. And once you reach this point, you're not fixing pain anymore. You don't need anything else or anyone else to help you do so, because you've built a body that you can rely on every single day. And this is that one skill that you never learned. No one teaches it, but it changes everything. And that's pretty much it. First, you find the wrong pattern that causes your problem. Second, you retrain the wrong pattern so it just doesn't turn into a problem anymore. And third, you learn how to keep it that way yourself. And if this sounds scary, if this sounds something like, oh no, I have to do all of this myself, that's exactly what you should do. And no one said it's going to be easy. But I just want you to remember one thing. If you keep handling responsibility to other people, you are never going to see change. Because if nothing changes, nothing changes. Let's get to work.